Go. Commercial airliner Airlink has suspended some of its flights to and from 4 cities in the country due to bad weather conditions. Airlink says there are scheduled disruptions in Kruger, Mpumalanga, Pietermaritzburg, Richards Bay and Mthatha airports. The airliner has blamed the country's air traffic navigation systems for failing to maintain the instrument flight procedures at the affected airports. Instrument flight procedures are pre-planned, published instructions for planes to ensure safe and efficient navigation, especially in low visibility conditions. Transport Minister Barbara Creecy has called for a culpable homicide case to be opened against the bus company whose vehicle crashed, killing 43 people. The Transport Department released a preliminary report on the fatal accident today, revealing that negligence and poor roadworthiness were key factors behind the crash. The bus, which was travelling from the Eastern Cape to Zimbabwe, veered off the N1 highway in Limpopo earlier this week. According to the department's initial findings, the bus company should be investigated for operating an unroadworthy vehicle. Alfara Moshwana has more.
The RTMC's investigation found that the bus, which was designed to carry 62 passengers, was overloaded by an additional 23 people. It also revealed that half of the vehicle's braking systems were defective, while the trailer had no functional brakes at all. Transport Minister Barbara Creecy says the bus company must be investigated for allowing an unroadworthy vehicle on the road. She's also called for a culpable homicide charge to be considered against the company for endangering the passengers' lives. A full technical report is expected to be released within the next 21 weeks. Alfa Ramshwana, Eyewitness News.
And the UK regulators for communication services, Ofcom, has found that the BBC's Gaza documentary breached the broadcasting code. According to Ofcom, the public broadcaster failed to disclose that a 13-year-old boy narrating the program was the son of a deputy agriculture minister in the Hamas government. The investigation follows 20 complaints and found that the audience was deprived of critical information which could have been highly relevant to their assessment of the narrator and the information provided. It says not mentioning this fact was mentally misleading. A cloudy Saturday in store for Gauteng tomorrow. Johannesburg drops to an overnight low of 12 degrees, peaking at a high of 20. Pretoria 14 and 23, Vereeniging 14 and 18 degrees. Monkey Ziko, Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
#MSW.
You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Great show as always, Darop.
Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
Great show as always. Thanks.
Great show as always.
Great show as always, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful show, Robert. Thank you so much.
It always gives me pleasure to speak to someone who's got such an insight.
I love the introduction.
Hey, what is show Marawa?
I don't know, maybe you are still calling Mr. Madluputu, or maybe that does not exist.
Sure, Robbie. World Cup, here we come.
This is a joke. Honestly. Good Lord. What's happening? What's happening?
Well, that's a big question. What is happening? If chatting to Netball SA President Cecilia Molokwane, who is still suspended.
I should have been given the right to respond to the allegations, which I was never given the right to respond, because the World Netball is protecting the whistleblowers more than me. And whereas I was a board member at World Netball. By the way, I resigned yesterday in the evening because I felt I'm not protected here, and why should I be here? It doesn't serve me. I rather serve in my own country, serve in my own continent. Even the president of SASCOC removed me from the president's list without even talking to me. This is premeditated results. This thing of taking each other to court and doing this, that is the money that we should be using for players.
Farouk Kadodia is the chairman of Durban City. Moving forward, do you see this as a gap to fill, or would you allow Gavin to continue without filling in the gap that Ernest now leaves?
Look, I'm not going to rush into any situation. I'm going to make Gavin as comfortable as possible. The points on the board, we will respect that. I always believe, and I tell Gavin and the entire technical team, that it's building blocks that we need to continue. A lot of this work lies on the shoulders of Gavin right now.
Well, we are going to the World Cup, so the matter is closed. We are not interested in the matter. We are going to the World Cup. We've qualified, and that's where we go. We are not going to dwell on what is behind us is behind us.
This matter will not be swept under the carpet.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Sure, what a day, man. What a day. The minister writing to both the president of FIFA and also the president of SAFA. I'm not sure if we've ever lived to see that in our lives ever before, but that's exactly what's happened here today. We'll take your thoughts and reactions to all of that. I know it's been a story that's been circulating, making headlines, breaking news in and around many of the news agencies in the country. But another thing that's not going to be swept under the carpet is the living legacy of all of our legends here in South Africa. And tonight, it is no different. So tune in, join in later on, and check out who is going to be in the hot seat today. Looking forward to it. It is Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go!
The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
Thanks for the intro, Robert. Good evening and an extended good evening to your listeners. Yes, an incredibly exciting time to be part of Adidas. We are very proud to announce the partnership with SAFA, a partnership that really does feel like a homecoming for Adidas. We were there when South Africa captured the world's imagination in 2010, truly a moment that united the nation through football. And 15 years later, we're honored to reignite that same spirit of pride and possibility. And for Adidas, it's not just about supplying kits. It's about continuing a legacy that celebrates belief and resilience and ultimately the unifying power of sport, which makes it incredibly exciting. When it comes to the legacy with this partnership, our focus is to build one that goes beyond the pitch. Over the next 3 years, we really want to work closely with SAFA to invest in grassroots football, women's development, and storytelling that shines a light on South African excellence. Taking local heroes to turning them into global icons. We want every fan and kind of young player to really feel inspired and seen and part of this journey. So that really is going to be a focus for us on the next 3 years. Naturally, some might agree that the timing couldn't be more meaningful. Just to put everybody's minds at ease, had Tuesday's results potentially not gone in our favor, this partnership would have proceeded because we truly believe that there is excellence here in South African football, and South African football is experiencing a massive resurgence. Whether it's Bafana having shown incredible progress, or Banyana who continue to break barriers on the global stage. This is a generation that embodies the belief of truly you got this. So our return is about amplifying that momentum and like I said, reigniting national pride and truly reaffirming our long-standing commitment to South African football. Adidas has always been at its best when global and local meets. So yes, we lead as a global brand, but our approach is to celebrate what makes South African football unique. Its rhythm, its flair, its sense of community. And you will definitely see this come through in our campaign stories and our creative work, and naturally the product storytelling piece. So from the kit design, and I don't want to get too much into that because people will just have to wait and see what's in store come March 2026. But there are going to be really beautiful opportunities to tap into heritage moments and, potentially down the line collaborations. So there is a lot to look forward to, but we can assure the South African fans that we will truly be amplifying this in a local way, but ready for the global stage.
All right, my conversation a short while ago with Daniela Panzeri, Football Activation Manager for Adidas South Africa, on the partnership. So today, I think we all woke up to that breaking news as well. 3-year partnership making Adidas the official technical sponsor for our national football teams. As she said, Bafana, Banyana. The rising stars of South African football will now wear that iconic brand that once united a nation. So 15 years, though, after the world watched us dancing the drum and the dream of the 2010 FIFA World Cup, Adidas is back, bringing with it that message of belief, of belonging, and I guess of bold ambition. So yeah, welcome back. Thank you for the time there, Daniela. Looking forward to the jersey designs and so on and so on. We want to look great at the World Cup. It's only 237 days away, so we want to look sharp. So congratulations to the South African Football Association as well as the partnership with them. Well, let's quickly remind you, though, that it's back to regular programming as far as the leagues worldwide are concerned. And that is why Liverpool manager Arne Slot has previewed the Premier League clash, though, with Manchester United by acknowledging the magnitude of the fixture and also the urgency for his side to respond now after suffering 3 consecutive defeats, including that dramatic late loss to Crystal Palace and including Chelsea. Slot admitted, though, that performances have dipped and that the team must now show character.
I look forward to every single Premier League game, but maybe even more towards the Man United one, because I know how special it is, and I've experienced it last season, how special of a game it is. We know that it's probably the game that's been watched the most all over the world. So yeah, it's special to be part of it, but in the end it's also a game where we have to be at our best, because United, in my opinion, has had a better start of the season than maybe the league table is showing. So yeah, very interesting game and a game to look forward to, especially because it's played at Anfield. And I think our fans have been so supportive for us as long as I'm here and long before I was here. And I think they understand that the team that has lost three times in a row, they need to be ready, our team. But I think our fans can help us and will help us on Sunday.
Well, the coach also confirmed that Alexander Isak's pre-season is finished and that the striker is now ready to be judged fairly as he reaches full match fitness following a disrupted start to his Liverpool career.
Yeah, I think that's what we did. And I think now he's had his 5-6 weeks of pre-season, which is normal for every player, especially if you've been out for 3 or 4 months. So fitness-wise, I think he's now close to the level he should be. And now I think we can judge him in the best... in a fair way from now on. So I know how this industry works. If he plays there twice and doesn't score, then that's not what you're hoping for. Of course, you're hoping if they go to the national teams that they score goals, like Cody did, like Virgil did, like Dominic did, and like McAllister did. Do I forget a few? Probably. But he didn't. But I think his pre-season maybe finished. Now he's played a few games, 70, 80, 90 minutes. So let's see where he is in the upcoming weeks.
Right, so for all the Chelsea fans, Cole Palmer is said to miss the next 6 weeks for Chelsea with head coach Enzo Maresca, warning that the club's medical staff are not magicians. So the 23-year-old has been struggling with a groin injury for much of the season and has not played since being taken off 20 minutes into the 2-1 defeat by Man United on the 20th of September.
Yes, absolutely. We try just to protect Cole as much as we can, and the most important thing is that when he come back, he's fully fit. I was wrong. Unfortunately, he needs to be out probably 6 more weeks. So yeah, this is the update. Yeah, but unfortunately, the medical staff, they are no magician. You never know that. Probably you need 6 weeks. We hope that 6 weeks they are enough, but it's a problem that we need to see step by step, week after week. But for sure, he's going to be okay. No, he looks very good, to be honest. He looks relaxed. He's trying to recover from the injury. He's doing all the therapy that he needs to do. So he looks good.
So the injury, which first presented when he was forced to withdraw though from the lineup minutes before the kickoff of the 5-1 win over West Ham in August, will not require surgery. So Maresca does admit though that replacing Cole will be very, very difficult.
No, first of all, to replace Cole, it's difficult because Cole is a very important player for us. Probably one of the best players in the Premier League, so to replace that kind of player, it's always difficult. But I think the ones that we have, depends of the game plan. In goal position against Liverpool was Malo Gusto. So it depends. The previous game against Benfica, I think it was Facundo. So it depends a little bit the game plan we have. For sure, we need to find a different solution. We need to find a different skills because we don't have another player like Cole. Because Cole is unique in that.
The Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says that there is no definite date though for the return of the captain Martin Odegaard, who will be out for weeks with a knee injury. The Norwegian international didn't feature against Israel and the New Zealand team though in the recent international break after sustaining a medial collateral ligament injury that was to his left knee in the Arsenal 2-0 win over West Ham United back on the 4th of October.
It will be weeks. No definite date for his return, but he's evolving well. Very unlucky what's happening with him and his injuries this season. But I think he will be back in a few weeks. I think he's in a really good place. Obviously disappointed how it happened. The good thing is that he does everything that he possibly can to prevent injuries. The injuries that he had, they are very, very difficult to prevent. So that's something that you wait off yourself, and that's it. And then he cannot afford to be in a different mindset. He's the captain. He needs to drive the standard. He needs to be the example. He needs to bring that and next to that. So that's it. When you don't have an option, you are a dad. You have to look after your kids. You have to be there. You are good. You are tired. You don't. You have to be there. That's his responsibility in the team.
Well, the Gunners have taken advantage of Liverpool's 2 successive defeats. Could extend their lead over Arne Slot's side. They're going to be travelling across now the capital to face 14th place Fulham tomorrow.
That's a good example. What we did at Newcastle or West Ham as well, that in the last 2 seasons as well we lost against them at home. So that's an opportunity tomorrow. We know that it's a really tough place to go, a very well coached team, and we're going to have to be at our best tomorrow.
All right, let's squeeze in a couple of Formula One stories here because I know Formula One fans looking forward to it. McLaren's scrap in Singapore has been settled. It is time now to get the drivers back to chasing a Formula One championship. Lando Norris says that the team determined, though, that he bore responsibility and the consequences for bumping into teammate Oscar Piastri at the start of the last race in Singapore 2 weeks ago.
I can't afford to make contact and have anything happen like what happened because I put just as much risk on my whole championship from something going wrong as I do on whoever I might be racing against. So, of course, repercussions for myself, but otherwise, the engagement and how we go racing is the same as it's always been.
Right, so Piastri complained over the team radio during the Singapore race by not ordering Norris to swap positions. So the team wasn't being fair to him, though, after previous incidents when he was ordered to let Norris pass him.
What happened in Singapore is not how we want to go racing as a team, and ultimately Lando's taken responsibility for that. So, that's in the past now, and the rules won't change.
In the meantime, though, George Russell is convinced, though, that his new Mercedes deal provides the best chance for winning a Formula One title when the sport enters a new engine era next year. So the British writer already has a winning car to his season with 2 victories, but Mercedes are widely expected, though, to have the best power unit next year, as Formula champions know all but the title campaigns.
Has been very generous with the proposal, and he didn't need to be. He could have, if he wanted, to have been much harsher, but he hasn't, because he recognised, he wants to reward me for the job I've done, and he wants to make sure that I'm in the best place possible for the upcoming year, and that's what he's done. So that's why I'm here with a smile on my face and excited for the future.
And Lewis Hamilton has admitted fresh speculation linking Christian Horner with Ferrari is distracting for the team. The latest rumor, though, around the former Red Bull team principal's future came on Monday when the Daily Mail reported that Horner is being courted by Ferrari chairman John Elkann.
The team have made it clear where they stand in terms of re-signing Fred, and Fred and I and the whole team are working really hard on the future for the team. So these things naturally aren't helpful. I know everyone back at the factory is working incredibly hard.
All right, so after the break, we come back and our living legend, former boxer himself. Oh, so many great stories to be told about Jan Bachmann. Don't miss it.
MSW. Live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. At the same time. MSW.
People are talking, everybody's talking, and they're saying it's time to make insurance great again. They said our low premiums were fake news. Wrong! We're putting customers first. We're gonna drain the insurance swamp. It's full of hidden fees. But when we clean it up, believe me, it's gonna be huge.
This message has absolutely nothing to do with the US government. It's paid for by the King of Insurance, who's making insurance great again. Get a quote now. It'll be the best decision people are saying ever. King Price is a licensed FSP. No fake news, just like our insurance.
Hear that? That's the sound of the Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco 2025, and you could win double tickets to the opening match. Simply visit Total Energies, fill up with 750 Rand or more of Excellium fuel, or top up with Quartz engine oil, and you're in the game. So join us as we celebrate the spirit of football together, and let's make Africa the home of the beautiful game. Exclusive to club members, valid 30 September to 17 November. T's and C's apply.
Dlala Madludla, coach. The games are out. Who are you betting on?
Dlala Madlamin, top player. On Sports Stake 4, I'm going with the strongest defense.
Nice one, coach. But I'm going with the goals.
What's that, Coach Amanda? Now it's up to the fans to Dlala, or rather Dlala what they must. Dlalu 4.
Sports Stake 4 for only 2 Rand. Pick win, lose or draw for 4 games and you could win. Play at any participating National Lottery retailer. Be enjoy a game. Panda push up play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
You work hard for your business. Why work even harder to fund it? At Lula, we've streamlined our funding process by cutting down paperwork and eliminating collateral to give you up to 5 million Rand in as little as 24 hours. To us, it's not just about fast funding. It's about offering a business class experience to the people that build South Africa, one transaction at a time. Apply today and experience business class banking and funding at lula.co.za.
Give your family the ultimate surprise, a white Christmas in Shanghai with MG. Test drive the all-new MG3 hatch or the ZS Pro crossover during October and you could win a trip to Disneyland Shanghai this Christmas. Whether you need a sporty car for the city or a practical runabout for your family, there's a new MG for you at a price you can afford. Visit mgmotor.co.za and book your test drive today. MG, since 1924.
Zahira was tired. So tired, she let her eyes rest a bit. It was bad.
So bad.
She replaced 4 hours of spreadsheets with... It was bad.
So bad.
Too bad she didn't have Yoko Counter. It automatically recon sales, tracks stock, and staff performance.
So good.
Yoko Counter. Super simple POS and payments in one. No contracts, no hidden costs.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Zimbindab.
Cecilia Mulekwane joining us live from Limpopo. So when did World Netball suspend you and for what reasons?
Robert, they suspended me in April. Different allegations. The first one, I was told that I misuse World Cup funds. I bully staff, I intimidate staff, and I offend them, I insult them, the staff and executive members. And when that happened, on the 11th, when I check my emails, I'm told to step aside for 14 days because there are serious allegations on mismanagement of funds of 2023 Netball LOC and Netball Cup, and I bully staff and whatever. Those are the two things they were telling me about.
I said it's getting hot in here.
#MSW. #MSW. Friday nights, always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
What are Fridays without legends, man? There would simply not be Fridays. It will be another day that we don't really recognize. And that is why we look forward to Fridays so much here on the show. And we just ask you to sit back, relax. So switch on to the YouTube channel if you want to check out the young man. He's still young. He's still fit. So, you know, YouTube will bear testimony to the fact that he's as fit as a fiddle as he steps into this ring that we call the studio here tonight. And, you know, we call it the ring of memory. I mean, we're going to be lacing up the gloves of legacy. We're going to kind of shine that spotlight on a man whose fists once danced with destiny. Can you imagine? Fists dancing with destiny. Oh, I mean, from the streets of Tukumsrus, and I know a lot of people are almost crashing into their cars into trees now. They're like, hey, he's from Tukumsrus. We didn't know this. Hey, and off to the world stage. That's what we did. We launched him from there. Said, hey, well, listen, we can't take care of this guy. You know, maybe you take care of him. I mean, he was so fast. I mean, he was fierce. He was feared. You know, when you're so good at fighting, not only in the ring, that even the tsotsis that kidnap you, that want to stab you, they are scared of you. They just see you walking. You're carrying nothing but your fists. That's what he brought. He brought his fists and people just scattered all around. And they called him Kid. Imagine. Absolutely nothing juvenile about Jan Bachman's punch. I mean, a left hook that could silence an entire crowd. I mean, that right hand could kind of rewrite a headline. So you saw people writing him off. They wrote a headline. He landed the right hand. They had to rewrite those headlines. Crazy chap. And under that watchful eye, if you remember Umboki, I mean, he carved his name into South African boxing folklore. That was back in 1993, outpointing the iron-willed Aaron Kabi to claim the junior welterweight crown. It's a good thing it was Kabi and not Nkabi, because then we would be worried. I mean, then came that international scalp, Kamel Bo Ali. Then it was Kabi again. Then he got that IBF glory. Shot at IBF glory is all that he wanted back in 1996. So, you know, we're busy celebrating Bafana Bafana winning there. He's focused on IBF glory. But that's why tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we go beyond the titles. We relive those highs, those heartbreaks, the hunger. But we also celebrate the courage that takes to rise, the grace that takes to fall. You might have fallen here or there. That's what boxing is about. You can't just be rising. What is that song by Donnie McCluggan? We fall down, but we get up. That's what he did a number of times. Jan Bachman, good to see you, champ. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Robert. Nice meeting you.
Are we meeting for the first time? Why are you saying nice meeting you?
I haven't been seeing you for a long time.
So let's pretend we've ever seen each other. Nice to meet you as well. How have you been?
All is good, Rob.
Hey, what do you miss about that ring? What do you miss about the sound?
The sound is too hectic.
Yeah.
And in that time, when that sound bothers us, it's the guys on the ground.
Huh? On the ground?
Yes. It's on his butt.
And how often did that happen?
Man, when I just turned into boxing, I really went in there to knock out whoever I want to.
So when you say you hear that bell and the guy is on the ground, let me take you to Zab Judah. Because I think that was the craziest fight. I don't know if you've had a crazier fight. Maybe somebody else can call in. And feel free, guys, please. I always say that this show really runs too quickly. It's going to be 7 o'clock just now. Let's celebrate our living legend. He is here. Send us your WhatsApp voice notes. Call us directly in studio. It's 011-883-947. It's not every day that we get him to come out and chat to us. So today is a very special day, the 17th of October, 2025, that Jan Bachman is here. Because first round against Zab Judah, you were on the canvas yourself. Am I correct?
No. I only took a knee on the third round.
But how quickly and how fast, and what made that fight to be so quick that it was all about the canvas?
Well, what happened there, I took that fight and my hand was not healed properly.
Okay.
And the second round, when I knocked him down, that's when I broke my hand.
Sure.
And after I broke my hand, I had to go in for 3 rounds. And I was trying to change to orthodox. And then I could see, no, it's not going to work for me. I've never sparred with my sparring partners as an orthodox. So my left foot will always be front.
So that's when then the fourth round, what happened.
What happened in the fourth round, and then on the fifth round, I took a knee. Because every time I jab him, I catch him, but I'm hurting.
So describe now, obviously, to the listening ear, because you taking the knee in 2025 versus you taking the knee back then mean two different things. What was that a sign of?
Well, because after I dropped him, I broke my hand. Yeah. And then when I start jabbing him, it was painful.
So that was to signify from your side,
yes,
that the fight is done.
The fight is done. So I just push it up until to the 5. And then on the fifth round, I took a knee.
I mean, obviously a setback. And when you reflect back to that fight in particular, do you think had it not been for the injury, things would have turned out differently?
Most definitely, because I knocked him down twice.
Yes.
And I could see he was scared. And then if I didn't broke my hand that night, I would have knocked him out.
I mean, there's different facets to your journey. I might have mentioned in the opening Wamboki.
Yes.
What kind of role would you attribute him having played, not just as a fighter, but you as a man who was a boxer?
Well, Mboki was a very good coach, helping us, and then I just turned over to go and get a coach there in America, where and the American coach was helping me. So he really showed me a lot of things, and I was more confident getting into the ring.
And some of the traits, though, because sometimes you walk away and you say, Coach X has taught me these types of values. Jan, what kind of values do you still hold pretty close to you that he might have passed on to you back then?
The values are, well, he told me that you need to go and run.
Yeah.
Every day.
Run every day, Monday to Monday.
Monday to Monday. Saturday, Sunday, you can relax.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me so fit. Every time I went and ran, and I ran 15K, 10K, 20K. So that is how I've been running. And then when you get into that ring, you are fit. You are ready. You. The only thing is for you to have a good time of putting pressure on the other boxer.
So that became part of your everyday life. I mean, it's the life of a boxer.
Yes.
You run, you almost shadow box, I would imagine, but you don't have to do that all the time.
You have to do that shadow box as well.
For 15Ks? For a certain period?
It's a certain period. It's like 2 or 3 weeks before the fight. You will do a lot of that because you need to strengthen up your hands.
But also just the upper part of your body?
Yes.
Because it's difficult. Some people, hey, guys, people think boxing is easy until
It's not.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. You need to train to the point where you come. You will have 5 kgs.
Yeah.
But dumbbell on your hands and do shadow box. And you don't have to drop your hands. It must stay here.
But you must also maintain a certain posture.
Exactly.
One forward, one back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you get in now, if the hand is out, this one must be here. It must not come down. So that is what you learn, and you're practicing it so that when you get into the ring, you know what to do.
Because some people actually just were born to think that this is just, you get in the ring, you fight, you try and knock somebody out, and you walk out, until you have to do the training part, because that's what forms part of it now, being a discipline. So if it wasn't a discipline, it would be chaos.
Exactly. It's more discipline in boxing. You go in there, you need to know how to handle your fighter, you're fighting, and making sure you jab him. if you don't jab him, you don't get an opportunity to knock to do what you want to do.
At what stage did you realize, as your boxing career was growing, that you were becoming not only but for South Africans a national hero? I might have joked about it earlier, but for Tukom's Rus, I mean, this meant to the world. You brought the name into the forefront, and they had somebody that they could be proud of. Well, newspapers were big then. Your face was always there, the back pages, front pages at times when you came back with the... Just take me through that. I mean, what changed around with the people from Tukom's Rus?
Well, the people from Tukom's Rus were very supportive. They really supported me a lot of times. So for me also to get into boxing, I've been bullied. And every time I go to the shop, I go and buy stuff. My father will send me, and the guys will rob me. And I come back home, I don't have change for my father to give. And my father take the belt and says to me, "No, I don't trust. I don't worry. He's going to clobber me."
So he takes his belt off.
Yes, he takes the belt off and he clobbers me. And I said to him, "Okay, I'll go and look for a coach." And that is when I start. And I was about 10 years old.
Yeah.
That is when they start bullying me and taking the change. And I went to Joe and we started training. And that's how I started learning boxing. And that is what made me very, very untouchable. After that, I went back and I saw them out.
So the guys who robbed you, you went back after
I
training?
went back and I beat them up.
And from then they respected you?
From then onward, when they see me in the street, they run away.
I mean, it takes me back to, a very well-written story that was published many years ago. But, the first line, the first sentence of it started, and I would quote from just memory, saying that you used to take his fists to a knife fight. So if people were fighting with their okapis and everything else, when you didn't have any of those things, you just brought your fists.
Yes, and it's working, but also you cannot just go and box like you need to box.
Yeah.
You have an elbow, you have a knee, you must use all that.
So mixed martial arts started back then.
Exactly. That is EFCs.
And what role, though, just whisper to us, what role did a Norman Tlhabane play in your life?
Uncle Norman was a very good coach, and me always going to him and go and spar with Dingan. And he really schooled me very well.
Disciplinarian.
Disciplinarian. He is a very good disciplinarian, Uncle Norman. And just before I retired from boxing, after I had a fight in New York with this guy, and then my coach, when we came back, he didn't want to train me. He was cross with me before me of taking a knee.
Oh.
And I told him I broke my hand.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to listen, so we parted.
Sure. So when last did you speak to Uncle Norman?
I'm always talking to Uncle Norman. We calling each other.
So he's part of your everyday life.
He's my father figure, that one.
Good evening. I'm a Opa Pete. John started his boxing career in Tukom's Rus under his dad and Benny Martin. And the late Joe Boka was my friend. Later in his career, he joined my stable. John was the best left hook specialist in our country. Well-mannered and disciplined young man. Easy to train. Even today, he's still the same. I'm proud of you, John. May the Almighty bless you and keep you.
Web Norman, thank you so much, man. Jeez, beautiful tribute there. Yes. Obviously, he knows your history inside out.
Yes, inside out.
And what have you not said to him that you would love to say to him as he listens to the show right now?
No, we talk, me and Uncle Norman, all the time. And he calls me Pete, because my name is Jan Piet.
I saw that.
Yes.
I know
so he calls me Pete. So I'm so excited when he calls me Pete. He's remind me of my grandfather.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So that was your grandfather's name?
Yes, that was my grandfather's name.
So what should we call you, Jan or Pete?
Anyone.
I choose.
No, Jan is his favorite. It's favorite one, but Pete, I will when they say Pete, I'm wondering, is there not another Pete here?
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
Oh, dreamers. They love to watch the dice roll, chasing that rush, that one big win. But then there's a different kind of player. Those who rely on strategy and not chance, who know that winning is earned. Those people play with SportPesa. SportPesa. Make it count. SportPesa is licensed by the Western Cape Gambling and Racing Board. No person under the age of 18 permitted to gamble. National Responsible Gambling Program toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 650 710. Winners know when to stop.
Spar brings you super savings. Get 200-gram Baker's Blue Label Mori biscuits assorted. Buy any two for 30 Rand. Save 14 Rand with Spar Rewards. Or 700-gram Spar pre-packed cheese assorted for 99.99. Save 33 Rand with Spar Rewards. Price is valid 8 to 20 October 2025. While stocks last. T's and C's apply.
Lala Madluli, coach. The games are out. Who are you betting on?
Lala Madlamin, top player. On Sports Stake 4, I'm going with the strongest defense.
Nice one, coach. But I'm going with the goals.
What's that, Coach Amanda? Now it's up to the fans to dala, or rather dala what they must. Lalu 4.
Sports Stake 4 for only 2 Rand. Pick, win, lose or draw for 4 games and you could win. Play at any participating National Lottery retailer. Enjoy a game. Panda, push up, play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Huawei Watch GT6 Series, 2025's must-have smartwatch, introducing the king of power. Up to 21 days of unstoppable battery life in a sleek titanium and ceramic design that's as strong as it's stylish. The Trackmaster with 24/7 heart rate tracking, sleep monitoring, advanced health management, and the world's first cycling virtual power feature. Fully compatible with both iOS and Android. Get yours now from just 169 Rand a month over 36 months or 4,999 Rand at selected retailers. T's and C's apply.
Summer's calling. You can feel it in the air. But your best summer, it doesn't start out there. It starts inside Virgin Active, where you bliss out in Reformer and sweat it out in the sauna, where you find community in Lift Club and get your me time with Kids Club. With unlimited classes, expert support, and weekly rewards, start your best summer inside with 20% off your membership for a year. Visit your nearest club or join online at virginactive.co.za. Everything you need is inside. T's and C's apply.
Breathe in, insurance. Breathe out, pineapple. In, insurance. Breathe out, pineapple. Again. In, insurance. Out, pineapple. Again and again.
Pineapple FSP 48650 is underwritten by Omart Insure Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And I head off to Limpopo because it looks like the gloves are off. The battle, though, for the soul of South African netball, it's kind of erupted into full view. It looks like she's broken her silence. Cecilia Molekwane joining us live from Limpopo. We can't call you the president of Netball SA, can we?
Who said I'm not? Because as far as I remember, I was elected in 2021 and I won that very clearly with about 89 votes to the person who was contesting me who got 30-something votes. So according to what I know, Netball South Africa never suspended me. I'm the president of Netball South Africa.
#MSW. #MSW. Friday nights, always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Hey Rob, this is Andrew from Rodipot. Rob, you have one of the most exciting fighters in your studio, Rob. That man packed a very mean left hook, Rob. We even call him the left hook specialist. And there was a dilemma actually in one of his fights. I think it was around 2002, 2003. Where he had to fight Joseph Smoking Joe Makaringa, Rob. Can you explain to us what was the dilemma about that fight? Andrew from Rodipot.
Andrew and Rodipot, lots of your voice notes that are coming through, so let's try to get to them as quickly as possible. Hey, that left hook, when you moved to that welterweight division, Makaringa was there, and then what happened?
Well, I blame Nick Durant for this. Because Joseph was my sparring partner. Every time I used to have fights going overseas, I will go and train there with Nick. And then Joseph was helping me. And we were sparring. And after I broke my hand coming back from New York, then Nick thought Joseph can fight me. And I said to him, Nick, I know Joseph in and out. I'm going to knock him out. He says, no, you will not knock him out. Let's get a fight. And I said, Nick, please, I don't want to fight Joseph. And I told the promoter, Rodney, he says, no, I don't want to fight him. They said, no, Nick wants to fight. You must take the fight. I said, okay, let's take the fight. And I promised him I'm going to knock him out in the third round. And I did exactly what I said. And after I knocked Joseph out, I wanted to fight with Nick.
For putting the fight on?
Yes.
But what did he say afterwards?
Because the chairman was telling me, just throw any shot for Nick. I'm going to say Joseph win.
So poor Joseph had to suffer.
Yes.
In a fight that knockout still rates, I think, alongside the Grant Messiah's fight.
Yes.
As one of the greatest knockouts ever in your career.
And I just said, okay, I spoke to Joseph himself and I said to him, listen, I don't want to fight you, but if you say Nick say you can beat me, let's go.
All right, let me go to Donald. Donald, good evening. Welcome.
Mr. Marawa.
Hey, I've got a champion. I'm scared he's going to knock me out any second from now, hey?
You've got the kid there. Kid. Jai.
Yeah. He's here.
Jai, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Hey, man, Robbie, you sitting with the legend, man. You know, I know Jan from when he was at the prime of his boxing. Very cool, calm, collected. Jan used to call me Chai when we were playing golf, because he always beat me up, you know. Like his left hook that he used to throw, that's what he used to do to me on the golf courses on Monday. Myself, Chai, on the date.
Yeah, Kondo, buy a hood.
Myself, Harry, Herman, old Charles, may the soul rest in peace. We had some lovely time, Chai, and I'm glad that you came to the show. I'm glad to be speaking to you tonight, man.
Thank you, big man.
What a legend, Chai.
Donald.
That's his name, Chai.
You've helped me, my friend. Thank you so much, Donald.
Wait.
All right, appreciate it, man. Hey, golf, how's the golf going?
The golf is going very well. I love my golf.
Yeah.
So we always play. I just went and played in South Downs yesterday.
Oh, wow. What's your handicap now?
My handicap is 11.
What a special night. For me, Jan Bergman was one of my most favorite boxers ever in South African history. I would like to congratulate him for all his achievement and express gratitude for making sure that he entertains us with his skillful, exciting, clinical punching skills. So, Jan, thank you very much. Quick question. Where did you get the name Kid Gavilan? Thank you, Mukhethi from Tembisa.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Go ahead.
Kid Gavilan, Uncle Boki.
Yes.
Is the one who called me Kid Gavilan.
Why?
That was a fighter from overseas. And then he saw the fights. And he could see this always just left hooks knocking out the guys there. Then he says to me, Jan, you must be Kid Gavilan, the left hook specialist. I said, which one? He says, no, don't worry, just that is your name. I want you to be Kid Gavilan. And that's where I got a name from Umboki.
Oh man, Umboki.
Good evening, Robs. Delmain here from Tukomsras. You have a legend in the studio tonight. I stayed 2 streets away from Jan Bergman. You are staying in Ruby Street and I was staying in Wiener Street. And as young boys, whenever Jan Bergman had a fight and won the fight, we would come together and box each other, saying that one day we want to be like Jan Bergman. So yeah, you have a legend in the studio and we really looked up to him as young boys. Thanks, Robs. Delmain from Tukis.
Melvin, thank you so much. Hey, that's what I was talking about, the inspiration that you gave to your community. And wow, what a beautiful call. Thank you.
Boxers are boxers. This one, Jan Bergman, that left hook. He was dangerous. Listen, he was dangerous. Scary. Beat you up anytime. Whether in a corner, and fast.
Hey, you're still scaring people.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to the legend. Rob, you are taking us back to the memory lane. Jan Bergman, Dingan Tobela, Baby Jack Matlala, those guys made our childhood memories great. Would grab a blanket, watch a black and white TV in the early hours of the morning, just to see them fight and represent the country. And it's rather strange that today I can't even struggling to count more than 10 boxes of today. But many years, those guys made boxing fashionable. And I think his nickname should have been Mr. Knockout, because I can't even recall how many boxes that he knocked out on his fights. You can't even have the blanket warm because the fight will be over when Jan Bergman is fighting. Thank you so much for your contribution. And thank you so much for representing the country with earnest and dedication.
Hey, Deboko, thank you so much. Hey, says the blankets couldn't even get warm, the fight was over. Hey, I mean, it's unbelievable tributes that are coming through. Do you count, I'm sure it's public knowledge, but do you know how many knockouts you had in your career?
34 knockouts, 49 fights.
Yo, that's a crazy percentage. So you just wanted to go home. You don't want to waste time in that ring.
I just wanted to show them what I have, because why? Getting into a ring and go and outbox the guy, it doesn't work. Yeah. Because at times in the amateurs they will raise his hand and then say that you beat him. So when I was an amateur fighter, I'll beat the guy. And then at the end of the round, they raise his hand. That's why I made sure I do the job.
I think.
Let's meet our players in this little dance card. First of all, in the blue corner, from Cincinnati, Colombia, checking in at 5'10", 146 pounds, with the black trunks, with an impressive record of 12-5-0, including 10 knockouts. Would you give it up for William Ruiz? And now a worthy opponent in this little dance card, from Carltonville, South Africa, at 5'11", 143 pounds, 25 years of age, wearing the white trunks today with a record of 30-0-0, including 22 knockouts. Would you give it up for Jan Bergman, number 1 ranked in the WBC? And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to jam.
Good evening, Robert. Bergman's got it all on the line here today.
Oh, man, let me just pause it right there. We're just taking you slightly back in time just to put you in an era of the ring announcer.
Good evening, Robert, and
to all the 947 listeners. This is Joshua TK who started, and today as we celebrate the legacy of young Kid Gavlin Bergman, I would like to remind him of what a special individual he is and how he's actually impacted my life, from a very young age of 15 years old when he took me under his wing and became my mentor and eventually became a big brother to me. So it's one of the things that helped me grow as a fighter, his guidance and also his mentorship. And for him to be that humble to take me under his wing from such a young age where I had nothing to offer him, I just did it for the love of boxing. And I want to thank him for everything and for every small to big contribution he's had in my life and career as a fighter as well. And that he truly is an inspiration. Growing up, watching him fight on TV with my grandfather and my father, it was big for me to eventually becoming a big part of my life and also in boxing. So keep up the good work, Jan. Ons verlang jou, ons is lief vir jou. And yeah, a true inspiration, a true living legend. And I'm so honored and happy to have him be a part of my life.
Oh, man. Joshua Studdard.
Yes.
A boxer himself.
Boxer himself.
Unbelievable tribute.
I found him, he was a youngster. And I told the mom, let him box.
Yeah.
And let him get to the gym and then he must start boxing. And the mom says, no, this boxing. I said, no, mom, you will see him. He know what to do.
And if I'm not mistaken, Mommy Yufi,
yes,
Studdard then became his promoter.
He made it to become a promoter.
That's crazy.
Because after he left Manny Fernandez, then he said, no, let me make my mom a promoter and get a license.
And she became a promoter.
Yes, she became a promoter.
What a story.
Jan Bergman was and still remains one of the most exciting, electrifying fighters that ever graced the ring as long as I've been in boxing, and that's a long time. In fact, it's always indelible in my mind. He fought the great Costa Zoo in Australia. He cut Costa Zoo, I think it was the second or third round. Instead of going out and boxing, he wanted to finish the fight against one of the biggest punchers in the world. And unfortunately, he lost, but that was through, as I say, a legend. And Jan Bergman himself is a legend in South African boxing.
Sure. That's the great Rodney Berman, a legend himself, who was in the hot seat not so long ago. He thinks very highly of you.
No, we were always good buddies, me and with Rodney.
Yeah.
Yes, I always respect him, and definitely he was a very good promoter.
So he talks about Costa Zoo. You had to fly away to Australia.
Yes.
6th round it was.
Yes, the 6th round.
The damage round was
yes.
6th round.
Yes.
But that fight, when you look back in time and you say, that was me, Jan Bergman, stepping into the lion's den, because Costa Zoo, as we all know, Hall of Famer in terms of boxing.
He was a good fighter, but he was scary in the ring. And what he did, he just put you in a difficult corner, and then he started throwing shots. So he managed me to get me in that different corners twice or 3 times.
How would you like your legacy overall as Jan Bergman to be remembered?
Well, I am very proud for whatever I could have been done in boxing. I always was my best. It was always, I was fit and I was ready. And I learned that you must be in there 100%. And I did exactly what I wanted to do.
What about your legacy? I mean, we were talking during the break about your son, and very briefly, though, your son is now fighting at an amateur level. What is it that when he reaches your greatness that you would like all of us to remember Jan Bergman as?
Well, I'm just helping my son currently in the boxing and making him. He must become a South African champion. If he become a South African champion, then I will be very happy because why? He cannot turn pro having 20 or 30 fights without being a South African champion.
Are you ready to fight me right now?
Yeah. Well, he's not your weight, so you are heavy.
I'm saying, are you ready to fight me right now?
Me?
Yeah. You and I.
I need money.
How much?
Huh?
How much?
100,000.
For a fight that's going to happen right now?
Yes.
100,000 if you win.
Not if I win.
You're making it sound like you're going to win the fight.
I'm ready to win.
So when can we start?
3 months.
A fight?
Yes.
Right here. You and I. And you just
it's going to be in a ring. It's going to be in a ring.
Yeah.
Thank you. 3 months.
In 3 months' time?
Yes. Then we'll get on.
Please go for a checkup. Make sure that everything is fine with you. Because I don't want any medical emergencies happening.
Ha!
Catch us on Monday. Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Oh. The thrill, the drama, the action. Let the game begin. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. #MSW live now on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM and Soweto Live.